Hello, welcome back to Hair Impact. I'm Kusanda Hilos, your host. And today we're gonna talk about three secrets of earth science that I believe every single person should know. So, to be more secure, not to be so afraid of maybe the disasters we have around us, or just to know a little bit about the place you're living, Earth, and just to make maybe potential the best choices and educate yourselves to make best sustainable choices for your life and your lifestyle general. So number one is about something that maybe surprise you, maybe not. We have talked about it in another episode again. It's about the ocean floor. So the ocean floor, about 60, 70 years ago, we thought it was a flat. It was nothing. And thankfully to scientists, we know now that's actually not true. We know it's full with mountains and valleys, just as in the landscape we have on the land. And that is so important. Because of that observation, we now know why we have volcanoes, all these disasters on Earth, volcanoes, earthquakes, tsunami. All these things show that Earth is a living organism. And why it's important that the oceans are actually not flat is because all this observation were uh, give this a theory we have now, the tectonic plates. So we know now Earth is not just a connected, let's say, just one big connected planet. It has got a lot of plates, ocean plates, land plates, tectonic plates that are bumping to each other, or going to the other direction from each other. They open up. So because of this mechanism of Earth that is showing how living organism it reacts like it, we know now that's why you have all this disaster, and we should not be afraid. Maybe you know that from your grandmother or your great grandmother, you were talking about that earthquakes is because we don't have rain. Some people they do, or some other cultures they connect these catastrophes with goddess and gods. So now we know it's just Earth, and show us that it's still alive, and maybe we should take care of the Earth and not to harm it with our actions. So that's one secret we should take into consideration, and just not be afraid of all these catastrophes. Yes, we need to take actions to prevent us from being hurt and our environment around us, but it's not something that because of the weather, or because God is mad at us in a way. That's not on us or anything else. It's just naturally occurs. So the next one is about something else that is also known, but some people may not know it. I think most actually scientists don't know it, and that's really surprising for me, is that they connect climate change to climate science and the weather, which, well, it's not about that at all. So climate change is about earth science, and earth changes we see, and the result is the climate change. So it's not the other round away. So we don't have a change to climate, and that's why earth is, we have all these phenomena on earth because of that, but it's a result of that. So if you have seen, I don't know, Ice Age, you will understand sometimes we have earth cover all ice, and in between these times that last million years, these times we have times that it's not, the ice is melting like we have now, and that is because of volcanoes. So when volcanoes eruption, they have all these gases that results the melting of the ice, and the weather is changing. So that starts from Earth and the changes they have on Earth. And that's why we have all these different periods, ice ages, and the periods between the ice ages, because of the volcanoes and the climate is changing, and we have change to the landscape and in the environment in general. And it's one of these changes is actually part of climate change we have now, because of these gases, the emissions that we see, the greenhouse gases, same gases with the volcanoes, we have a lot of them because of course Earth, but mostly the rapid change is because our own actions, the emissions we put in the atmosphere because of industrial emissions and traffic emissions, the car emissions, transportation emissions, and so on. So that's number 2, and we have to remember it because it's important, just to know what we're talking about when we're talking about climate change. And the third secret I'm going to reveal you just now is about something that is important about your health and your lifestyle. So about sustainable lifestyle, recycle and all these things, and pollution, and how the waste management and all these things that we hear all about it in the media. But the most important thing is that we should do everything about it to minimize the plastic we use, to no litter, all these things. We should do it and live a more sustainable way. We should do it for us and then the environment, because our health and our life and our existence actually depends in Earth. So if the environment is polluted, if a lot of the species disappear and extinct, as they say, 1 million species are in danger, maybe. So we will at the end, because we now have food, we will not have clean water, we will not have clean air to breathe. So our health and our existence as a species depends so much on the environment and so much on Earth. So whatever we're doing is not actually on the environment at the end of the day, is on us. And that's why we need to understand that these changes are important to make by us, not about anything about else. It's about us and our children. And we see now the differences, the changes we see on Earth, but in the future, the scenario says that will be much, much worse. So we see floods and sea level rising. A lot of the cities that are close to the sea, to the beach sort, is actually going to disappear. Like New York, London, all these big cities were going to disappear because they are close to the sea. So imagine how many billions of people were going to be affected because of just sea level rising. So that's the 3 secrets I'm going to tell you about earth science, which we know as a scientist, and they're important for us all to know, to understand, not only to just know as knowledge, but also incorporate that to our actions, everyday life, and make better choices, and just be more optimistic about the future if we make the right choices just now. So thank you for being with me with another episode. Make science your superpower, and I'll see you next time with another episode.